In this video I'm going to show you how to change string with your left hand. Previously we've talked about changing string with the right hand, moving the bow from one string to the other by lifting the whole arm and dropping it from the shoulder so that the whole arm moves as a unit, transporting the bow across the strings. In a similar way, we try to move the left arm as a unit as we move across the strings. So rather than just moving your fingers, we move the whole arm from the shoulder, pivot the whole arm from the shoulder so that the hand can move across the strings in this kind of movement. So I'll show you that on the violin. First of all, put your violin up on your shoulder and make sure it's comfortable. Then place your left hand at the end of the neck so that the side of your thumb and the crease at the base of your first finger are just resting against the neck, like that. No other part of your hand should be touching the neck, so your hand, wrist and forearm should be in line from the side and should be in line from the scroll. So you can see I've got my hand, my wrist and my forearm in line in that direction and in that direction. And my fingers are just hovering over the strings, my thumb is just very gently resting against the side of the neck, and the side of my first finger is resting against the side of the neck, like that. So I've got my hand in a good position. And I'm just going to check that my shoulders relax by giving my left elbow a little wobble from side to side. Take a deep breath, make sure your shoulders are loose and that you're feeling relaxed. Now I'm going to show you the left hand string crossing movement. So I'm going to move my elbow in under the violin, like this. And can you see, as I do that, my fingers move across over to the G string. I'm still keeping my hand, my wrist and my forearm in line with each other. Now to move my hand to the E string, I go the other way. I swing my elbow out away from my body and my whole hand just pivots about the neck of the violin while my wrist stays still. So I'm not moving my wrist, I'm just moving my elbow, and my hand moves over to the E string. So now I've got my fingers over the E string. And can you see that the relative position of my hand, my wrist and my forearm are the same as they were on the G string? So I just go back to the G, then my fingers are over the G, and now my fingers are over the E. So that pivoting movement from the shoulder is crucial to left hand string crossings. You need to be careful not to lock your elbow under the violin and try just to move your fingers, because what happens then is you have a very different finger position on the E string and the G string. You'll find it hard to reach the notes on the G string, and the notes on the E string, your fingers will be too curved and it'll feel very awkward to reach the notes. And this is quite a common mistake. People often just keep their elbow in one place and try and either move their wrist or their fingers to get across the strings. So try to get this string crossing, try to get used to this string crossing movement right from the beginning. And a useful exercise for practicing this is just to pluck with your little finger, alternately pluck the G and the E string. So moving your hand across the strings to the G and then to the E, and trying to make that movement from the shoulder, so you just feel your elbow swinging under the violin.